Oh, there it goes. Okay. All right, so we don't want the shield this low because it's going to cover part of the anatomy here. Go ahead and lift up your leg. Okay, this might be a little bit cold. Move your left leg over just a little bit more so it pokes with it. Okay, so the idea here is to see that the malleolus is going to be in a little bit above the corner here. Why don't you guys come around on this side too? Come over here and come over here. There's too many people at the door. Get over here. Once I get this tube set, I'm going to kind of leave it alone. So you could probably, somebody could sneak over there too. Okay. So when we're doing the tube fit, we want to bring the tube up as high as possible, which isn't a whole lot, but we want to maximize the length of the collimator. So we can actually open this more than the 17 inches because we're utilizing the top to bottom length of this cassette. Because this is 17 here. And see how we have, move your leg for a minute. Rosa, can you bring me the leg, the skeleton? So see how you have about another 1.5 inches on both ends? So you can just open it to the maximum length here. See that? That's what we were having you do with the shoulder, with the humerus, I mean. Now there is a little bit off to the side, but there's not much we can do about that. Thank you.
You want the set on?
Yeah, it's a little stuffy in here. Okay, go ahead and put your foot back down. So we just want to make sure that the foot is flexed. So here I can see clearly that I got the lateral malleoli, so the light should go about 1 inch below that to make sure we've got the ankle joint. And then here's her patella, so we've got well enough of the knee on here. In fact, for her, I'd probably bring this down a little bit to make sure I've got the ankle and the knee with her. So, but she's, you know, she's like 5'3", 5'4". Oh, am I being generous?
Yes.
Oh, what are you, 5'1"?
I'm 5 even.
Oh, are you? Wow. I was trying to be generous. Okay, so for her, you could actually collimate down a little bit because you don't need as much light top to bottom. I'm pretty sure all of you are going to fit this way. I mean, we had the last senior group, we had 3 guys that were over 6 feet, and I could still show that they'd fit on here. But when they didn't, like in the old days, if I couldn't get one part or the other, then I would just take the ankle and put it here, and we could put 2 on 1. But you can't do that with DR, obviously, you can only make 1 exposure. Okay? And then, where's a good place for my marker? So, lateral side, either here or here. This probably looks like it has the best amount of space. Okay, and then make sure the foot's flexed. So by touching the malleoli, I know that I've got 1 inch below, or 1.5 inches of light below, and then here's the apex of the patella, so I know I've got the femur here, so I've got both joint spaces. Pretty easy, right? Okay, so to do the lateral, can I have a blue sponge, please? Go ahead and turn up on your right side for me. Oh, that one's slide down. Okay, I'm going to have you rest your left leg up here. Fix this, obviously. Okay, so it does help if you bend the knee slightly. Now remember I showed you the patella. If you look here, see how it's up a little bit high? It's not midline. You see where her patella is like not middle? Watch what I'm going to do right here. So roll your hip this way just a little bit. See the difference? It just made the patella midline. Do you see what I did? See, she was up like this, so it's pointing up towards the sky. Just by turning her hip a little bit, it's bringing the leg in a more lateral position. Now it's kind of overturned the foot though. So let me have a small sponge behind you. You call that small? That's the same size as the last one. There you go. Okay, so we might want to go ahead and support the foot here to bring the plantar surface more level. So I'm going to move this cassette so that it's under the knee here. And then again, I've got the lateral malleolus here. So we've got plenty of space. I'm going to move the tube, Josh. Just watch out just a little bit. Okay. And collimate to the part. So you always want it to go along the long axis. So here's the malleolus. So again, I've got like 2 inches below the malleolus. Make sure I've got that ankle joint. Remember, you always carry 2 inches with you all the time. And then here's the apex of the patella, so I'm right above the top of the patella, so I know I have the knee joint. Pretty much what you see there. Okay? And then this would be a good spot for the marker, would be, bring her up just a little bit. Probably just right here. And if she didn't fit, what would be a good way to take this? What would I consider? Yeah, but which part would I want to include on the tip fit part, the knee or the ankle?
Whatever hurts.
Yeah, so wherever the side of injury is where you want to consider shooting either from the ankle up or the knee down. And what was my technique?
72.
Yeah, 72. Okay, go ahead and move back on your back. All right, so what happened to your leg anyway?
I was playing sports.
Oh, didn't I see you in here last week?
Yeah.
Wow, you're a busy lady. So for these other ones, we're going to use a 10 by 12. So when you use a 10 by 12 in the bucky, you have to use one of these mats or frames, whatever you want to call it. So when you're using the CR cassettes, it's usually the ones that are painted silver. When you're using the